Hi everyone, welcome to Nice Driving, or in this case Riding, 33. This video is going to feature the normal mix of what we wish everyone was going to be like on the road. Pretty obviously my view is entering the supermarket car park on a motorbike. What would you expect in a situation like this? Maybe pedestrians, yep, maybe some slow manoeuvring cars. Possibly. But what about a trolley in the middle of the road? I must admit, when I first saw this clip and saw my viewer move up and attempt to move the trolley, I thought, how are they going to move the motorbike? Because as you can see by the left hand, it's still firmly on the clutch. So they select neutral and do the walkie-walkie method. Nice improvisation. Another nice touch right at the end is put the brake on the trolley so it doesn't roll on the road again. Nice job. This video has been kindly sponsored by Car Vertical. Another one of my viewers who motorcycles. I was a little concerned about the speed of this filter down the left hand side. However, don't forget this is a super wide angle camera and it's a fair bit lower than my viewer's eye line. Now, we've got a nice beat for once. This is how to do it, if you need to. I do also think my viewer's speed and distance had a lot to do with the interpretation of niceness. Good job. This first part of the clip should be a given. My viewer does do a nice smooth approach, and this doesn't put the people helping the lady cross the road off. The driver of the bus coming the other way also makes it really obvious. But this isn't the niceness in the clip. Have a look past the people crossing the road at the far distance. There's an ambulance approaching, and my viewer's already worked out what's best.
Now, you got your head on?
And that question was aimed at the bus driver, but there's no need to worry.
Lovely.
And I couldn't have summed it up any better. Without doubt, this is the most dangerous time to allow pedestrians to cross the road. A fast-moving two-lane dual carriageway on the approach to an open roundabout isn't the best and safest time to let a pedestrian cross, but it can be done sometimes, and my viewer communicates with these two pedestrians on the right-hand side brilliantly. The danger's always going to come from other vehicles apart from yourself, who aren't going to give way when you are, but my viewer just holds back and gives space. And this lets the pedestrians make up their own mind. If you spot anyone else doing this, don't blast past them in the other lane. Notice on how they walk, they didn't feel rushed either. Very nice job by my viewer, and it's appreciated also. Was your car ever damaged before you purchased it? No? Are you sure? This report shows the history of a 2018 Range Rover Evoque that was damaged when it was about 6 months old. The report shows 2 instances of damage, but I think this is possibly the same event. In this timeline we can see that there is a 6-month period between the 2 instances. The first one is when I think the collision happened, and the second one is when I think it was put up for sale by the salvage car auctions. This is also where the pictures look like they came from, and as we can see it was quite a heavy front end hit. The pictures also show the engine seems to be running, which makes this repair a little more straightforward. I think someone purchased this crashed Evoque in February of 2020 and repaired it before selling it at the end of May in the same year. Since then the same owner has put more than 15,000 miles on the vehicle and it's successfully passed 3 MOTs. I wonder whether the current owner knows their Range Rover once looked like this. Perhaps they rushed into a purchase because of the apparent good value of a less than 2-year-old premium SUV with only 4,000 miles. Even though they might have a good reliable vehicle that's been properly repaired, does this history affect the resale value? If you're thinking of buying a new vehicle, remember the phrase, "It's too good to be true," because it might be. Please use my link in the description, and by using the promo code Ashley when you're checking out your next potential purchase, you can save yourself 20%. Thanks Car Vertical. I think this is one of the nicest things I've seen anyone do in a car. Even though there was no immediate risk to anyone's health, if your vehicle went over this, who knows what it could have led to. My viewer uses the petrol station to turn round and goes back the other way to have another look. That's definitely going to do some damage. What would you do in this situation? My viewer turns around again, and I think it gives them a little bit more thinking time. They decide to move to the other lane. They block the road so no one can go down this collapsed manhole cover. They then get in touch with the relevant authorities. In this clip, all the traffic sees the problem and slows down. However, I'm not sure how or why you wouldn't.
Like when you go into our office, it's kind of two halves of it, and they're getting rid of one half. It's like a hazard perception video.
Yeah, it was, wasn't it?
Mm.
Video protected.
You kind of like responsibly stopped. It looked at you.
Understanding that some cyclists want to keep momentum as much as they possibly can, even if that means putting themselves at danger. Always be ready to fix the problem and keep them safe, just like my viewer does. Without doubt, this cyclist should have given way, but they weren't stopping. Uphill is difficult though. This is something that I'm starting to see a little more of. It's people not reacting to a beep when they should do. I think because most people use it as a reprimand, people think, well, I've not done anything wrong, so I'm fine to continue. My viewer did particularly well there. They were still ready to stop. I thought this was a good time to cede priority to the lorry coming in the other direction. My viewer's lane's blocked a little bit further up, so they hold back. If you're driving a car, it's much easier for you to stop and get going again, rather than a lorry. Keep this in mind. I also liked how my viewer was positive so the opposite car could get going. They then slow down nicely and deal with this parked lorry. Don't be routine with how you accelerate and decelerate. Alter your travel more to suit the conditions. It's easier to overtake a cyclist safely when you ride a motorbike other than driving a car, but appropriate safety distances still do apply. My viewer shows some lovely patience and goes when it's right. Some nice driving by my viewer, but it was made easier by this pedestrian who decided to be visible and wear a light on the head. I haven't seen this before. Have you? Some nice communication from my viewer, stopping early so the pedestrian knew exactly what was going on. Nice work by the both of you. Simply holding back and not going headstrong into risk solves most problems. And this is a perfect example by Simon, one of my viewers.
Chaos.
A perfect non-event. More than 2 meters and less than 10 miles an hour applies to horse riders coming in the opposite direction also. Heavy traffic in both directions because there's a broken down vehicle on the opposite carriageway. I think my viewer makes a correct decision here. If no one holds back and waits, the oncoming traffic flow isn't going to move. I'd like to say a massive thanks to everyone who's purchased a dashcam using the links in the description. Use the code Ashley, save yourself 5%, job's a good 'un. A nice slow early creep to communicate it was their turn to go again as well. VFO dashcams really do give the best footage. Started with a motorcycle clip, ending with a motorcycle clip. Recognising when you might not have been seen is one of the top 5 skills, I think, of good drivers or riders. My viewer does a brilliant job. Thank you so much for everyone's continued support in trying to help me make the roads a safer place. Keep safe, I'll see you soon.